Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 678.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about 3 ways to save on your 2019 taxes in 2020. And what I mean by that is there are actual financial moves that you can make, even though the calendar has ticked over into the year 2020. These things will impact your taxes for 2019. So what a great thing. There are some strategies you can still do to reduce your taxes from last year, especially if you found yourself in a higher tax bracket than you thought, if you owe more taxes than you thought you would. You still have a few tricks up your sleeve of things you can do to make that better. The first thing you can do is contribute to your IRA or your health savings plan in 2020 and get a deduction on your 2019 taxes. Remember, a health savings account is when you have a high deductible health plan, it's a tax deductible account that works alongside it. In 2019, you could contribute $3,500 in your health savings plan if you have single coverage, or $7,000 if you have a family plan. And if you're over age 55, you can contribute an extra $1,000 to your health savings account. So making a contribution by April 15th of 2020 will actually benefit your taxes of 2019. The second thing you can do is contribute to an IRA. An IRA is also tax deductible if you make a contribution by April 15th. It reduces your 2019 taxes. You can contribute $6,000 to a traditional IRA, and if you're over age 55, another $1,000 for a total of $7,000. And the third thing is, if you're self-employed, you have other plans that you can contribute to. A simplified employee pension, where you can contribute 25% of your net earnings from Social Security up to $56,000, plus a few percent contributions for your employees. Or you can contribute to a simple IRA where up to 100% of your net earnings, up to $13,000, can be deducted, and you can add an extra $3,000 to that if you're over age 50. I recommend that you talk to your tax professional. Make sure you're doing it right. Make sure you have all your ducks in a row. But it's nice to know you still have a few things you can do to reduce your taxes for 2019. We've been moving forward with another fun review contest for winter of 2020, but I want to acknowledge someone who just wrote a review, and to me, it is a milestone. And this person had no idea, but they just made my 500th review for the Be Wealthy and Smart podcast, and I am so grateful. And I want to acknowledge Jack McClafferty for writing this review to become the 500th review on the show. Jack said, "Great podcast, 5 stars. Linda is extremely talented at taking information that many people don't understand and presenting it in a way that anybody could understand. This podcast has done wonders for me in regards to getting my finances in order. Highly recommend. Keep up the good work, Linda." Well, thank you, Jack, and thank you for being the 500th person to review the show. And in honor of that, I want to give Jack a set of my Wealthy Mindset Blueprint audio sets so you can learn how to have a wealthier mindset, and they're valued at $197. So Jack, contact me at lpjhome@gmail.com and I'll get those sent over to you. Of course, I am grateful to everybody who's written a review. So many have been just amazing and really touched my heart. And this is a good time to remind everyone that I am giving away 10 copies of my Wealth Heiress book, 10 copies of my Wealthy Mindset Blueprint audio set, and 5 one-on-one wealth mentoring sessions with me. All you need to do is leave a review on iTunes. That will get your name in the drawing one time. Or if you have an Android phone, you can leave your review on Stitcher.com, STITCHER.com. Or if you've read the Wealth Heiress book and you leave a review on Amazon, that gets your name in the drawing 2 times. And winners will be announced in mid-March. But I want to acknowledge a couple other people who have written reviews. These are just really amazing things that people are saying. One of the things I love is that we have multi-generations listening to the podcast. We have mothers and daughters. We have some really great things here, such as Nurston, who said, best podcast, and I've shared with my daughter and friends. And also Mick D. Threads, who said, great podcast, very informative. I'm a young small business owner, and I've gotten my mom and husband in on the learning as well. I'm excited for our financial future. That's so cool. Or this one by Adabee. You need to subscribe to this podcast. My mother recommended this podcast to me, and I initially shrugged and laughed it off. However, over the last year, I have become hooked to these short and up-to-date podcasts. Linda breaks down investing and market conditions into digestible, short topics. This is my go-to recommendation when anyone asks me about upping their financial game. Not only does she cover topics that are important for my financial future, but she also covers early career topics for young adults like me. Linda appeals to any financial level and can help bring clarity to questions such as buying your first home, student loans, getting a late start, and even managing wealth in retirement. Definitely worth a listen. Again, love the multi-generational listeners going on here. I love the moms and daughters, dads and sons, mothers and sons, daughters and dads. I love it all. Or here's Mac in New Jersey. I've listened to over a dozen investing podcasts throughout the years, but Be Wealthy and Smart is the one that I always come back to. Linda provides relevant advice for people of all ages. Her podcasts are usually singularly focused on one topic and are easily listened to within 10 to 15 minutes. I never miss one of her podcasts. Thank you so much. I have to thank everyone that's been listening for a long time. It's been 5 years coming up this spring, and I just am so grateful for people who are steady listeners, but I'm also grateful for new listeners who are just finding the show and just starting perhaps their journey to financial freedom. And I want to share with you a review on Amazon of You're Already a Wealth Heiress. Now Think and Act Like One, 6 Practical Steps to Make It a Reality Now. This review really made me laugh, and it was written by Tango Ram. And they rated it 5 stars, said, great book. Bought this book for my wife. Now I can't wait to read it, but she won't let it go off of her hands. Great financial insights, well written, and good advice on all chapters. I'm a big fan of LPJ's podcasts where you can get the latest updates and plethora of good strategies for your financial goals. Well, thank you. I laughed so hard at that, and I loved it. And I hope that your wife has let go of the book long enough for you to read it too. So thank you so much for that. That was so fun. If you're looking to get 2020 off to a great start and want some direction how to do that, You're Already a Wealth Heiress is, I think, an easy place to start. Get your Millionaire Action Plan, your Wealth Heiress checklist of all the right things to be doing to get you to financial freedom. It's available on Amazon. There's a link in the show notes, or you can get it at any bookstore. And for our international listeners, I also have a link in the show notes to the Amazon in the UK. And if that's an Amazon that you can buy from, that's an easy way for you to access the Wealth Heiress book as well if you'd like a physical copy. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.